me. I think they stepped out. My uncle stepped out to buy something, so the noise has followed him. But I just told everyone, I beg, I have. I locked myself inside the room.
Oh, I like that.
All right.
Okay. Hi, Tona. Good morning. Thank you for doing this with me.
Hi, Jane. Good morning. Pleasure to be here this morning.
I so much appreciate you taking time to do this. I understand the kind of tight position or tight corner you could be right now.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I enjoy the podcast. So it's a sacrifice of making.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So, um, good morning, everyone. Good morning if you're here. Good morning if you'll be joining us later, be watching this. Um, happy happy weekend. I want to I trust that this past week has really been hectic for everybody because
Yes,
of
it's the
the new
start
year.
of the
Yeah,
yes.
the new year and everything. So everybody's just trying to, all through Monday. I think Monday to Friday, all my friends were just complaining, stress and all of that, which is very normal.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
the employers will be like, I don't understand. You just came back from holiday. You should be working.
Yes.
Hey, enough
Yes.
of the rest. All
I think
right. So
I think I think for me it was hard for me to snap out of the holiday mode, like the relaxed, because usually during the work
yes.
my working days, you are on top of it, you are working. So by Monday, I was like, oh my God, how do I snap out of, this dull
Before I could
holiday
not
mood?
get used to it, I think mine was like Wednesday before I got used to it.
Yes, same
Monday,
here
I'm
too.
working.
Wednesday, I woke up Wednesday with fire on my body. I was like, okay, something is different.
I can imagine. It was
Yeah,
quite different on Wednesday. I was like, okay, work has started and all of that. So,
yes,
but we
yes,
thank
yes.
God now it's weekend. We can rest again. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, welcome everyone. This is Repeater's Confession. Thanks for joining. If you're joining, if you're going to be watching later, thank you for watching this with us today. Okay, let me just run through last week. Last week we had Tona with us. Tona is a talent acquisition specialist and she's my co-host automatically. We had Tona with
Hi.
us. Hi Tona, please just introduce yourself so my people can get to know you.
Okay, my name is Tona Wobodo, and I work as a talent acquisition specialist. I'm your favorite recruiter. Yeah.
Oh yes. All right. Thank you very much, Tona. So last week we had Tona and Chiamaka Izzi. We talked about a lot of things, but our topic for this month, our basic topic for this month is myth or truth. So we are going to be talking about different kind of things, and we are going to be highlighting it as myth or truth. Is this a myth or it's a truth?
Or
So
is
last
this the truth?
yeah,
Yeah.
last week we were able to brush through. What did we even talk about last week? I think last week we were able to brush
Okay.
through recruiters know who they already want to hire,
Yes.
that kind of thing. I've had
Yes.
a lot of
Ah,
candidates say that, and
oh,
so
yeah.
last week we were able to like just come to a conclusion that although we had some, yes, it's a myth and it's a truth, but then we're able to come to a conclusion to let you guys
Yes.
know that we are still humans, right? But then it's not totally true. Let's not like have it in our minds like, this is what happens. It's not totally true. It doesn't happen that way. Although there are some confidential rules and all of that, we talked about all that last week. So I posted the link. If you want to watch, guys, you can go and watch the link. It's on YouTube. I posted the link. Check my post. I posted it. So today we'll be talking about something really different and very exciting because I feel like a lot of candidates actually have issues with this topic as well. Is it a myth or a truth? So today we are talking about negotiation. Is negotiation when you are negotiating your salary? Does it cost you the job? So some candidates believe that negotiation costs them the job. Tuna, I don't know if you've heard of
Mm.
candidates who actually hold back when it comes to negotiation because they are trying not to lose the job.
Yes. I think some candidates are afraid. Although I've encountered candidates who don't even care. I think it boils down
Of
to
course,
you knowing your worth as a candidate,
yeah,
you know?
of course.
Yes.
Of course. So we want to talk about it today. Is it a myth or a truth? If you've ever thought about it that if I negotiate now, will it cost me my job? I think it runs through everybody's mind. At some point you want to hold back. This money is not enough for me, but then maybe I should negotiate. At the same time, you are thinking that if I negotiate, will they hire me? That kind of thing. Now, is it a myth or a truth when we say that negotiation will cost you your job? Hi, Samuel. Hi, Samuel. Thanks for joining. It's so good to see you this morning. Thank you for joining. So, negotiation, is it a myth or a truth? There are so many candidates that have reached out to me after I posted the topic yesterday. So people reached out to me and they like gave me questions. So Samuel, if you have questions, or any other person, if you have questions, please you can start typing your questions regarding this topic. Tona is here to discuss, and I also am here. We can discuss it together and reach a conclusion. And I have few questions here that we want to talk about because few candidates reach out to me and they asked me questions. I needed to jot them down so that I'll be able to address them this morning. So our first question, Tona, a candidate reached out
Yeah.
to me and asked me if when a candidate negotiates, what is the first thing that goes through a recruiter's mind? I would let you take that.
Okay. When the candidate, sometimes when we put out ads, we also put out a salary. Okay, so if it's a role that we've already put out a salary, one of the first things that
Hmm.
goes through our mind when the candidate starts talking about negotiation, like, oh, we put out an ad. I mean, you should have applied. You know what the salary expectation is, but a whole lot of I've encountered a whole lot
Hmm.
of candidates that they saw the ad, they know what the company is offering, but they feel like, oh, I can always come and you
Hmm.
know exercise
And
my
negotiate, yeah,
negotiating skills. So what goes through my mind sometimes,
yeah,
if it's a very good candidate, will be like, fair enough, fair enough. At least you know your words.
hmm,
You know your word. But
yeah,
sometimes when a candidate is is negotiating a salary, another thing that also goes through my mind is, oh, can we afford this candidate? And it actually sometimes would impact whether we're going to move forward with the candidate, because you might just come and overshoot your expectations to us, and I'll be like, oh wow, this
expectations,
person we can
yes,
really, yeah, this is not our budget for this role, because of course before we put out an ad, we already have a budget for role for this
of course,
particular role.
because
So
there's
what
always
goes
a
through our
budget.
mind, yeah, so what goes through our mind varies. If you if this candidate qualifies, has enough qualification, or if this
Yeah.
candidate meets the salary expectation that they're stating. So when you don't meet it, we'll
Yeah.
just be like, oh, thank you. Your expectation is noted. You understand?
Yeah.
And sometimes negotiations doesn't really happen during interview. It does happen when we are, sending out an offer, and then the candidate is
Offer.
saying,
Yeah. Yeah.
"Excuse
Sometimes
me,
it does
this
not.
is not what I want. This
Yeah.
is what I want," and
I
so
see
the
there's
back
some
and forth can
candidates
be
that
crazy.
have you ever experienced a candidate, Donna, that when it gets to the offer, maybe you guys already concluded during interview and then you sent offer and then the candidate has to reach out to you and tell you that he cannot, he's sorry. He thought about it, then he realized that the salary is not good.
See,
No, okay. I've experienced
some
it. I'll let
I've not
you
really experienced it direct. They've not directly said, "Oh, because of the new remuneration, that's the reason they are not moving forward." But I've experienced when candidates have been like, "Oh, I'm okay with this salary," and then when you send an
know.
offer, they accept. That one is more heartbreaking. And then they probably go and speak to their friends or whoever, and then they come back
Yeah,
and be like, "Oh,
they
we
now
found
come back and
another.
say, oh,
I got another." But I haven't
back
had
and
any
forth.
candidates say, "Oh, this is the issue is salary." Usually they just be like, "Oh,
Oh,
I
I've
found a better
experienced that.
offer."
I've
They be
experienced
like, "I
that
found
a
a
lot.
better offer."
It's still based on the salary. I've experienced that a lot. Like
Yes,
the
it's still
candidates
based on the
literally
salary.
we talked on after interview, we negotiated and all of that. It was like, okay, okay, the salary works. It works. And I was happy. Somebody will be resuming the following week. We sent offer letter.
Yes.
This candidate spent 2 days, maybe to think about it and to relate to friends and all of that. And the next day, heartbreaking story. I'm sorry, Jane, I can't accept this offer because I don't think the salary works for me. I'm like, ha, what did you think about again?
Oh,
What did
that's
you
so
think about
heartbreaking.
again? Very,
But
very heartbreaking.
I have actually experienced that in a place I worked previously, where we're trying to um we're trying to recruit for a content creator, and we actually went to poach someone. We saw her
Yeah.
work on social media, and we're like, "Oh, okay, we like your work. This is what we're offering." We had, you know, she. And the worst thing is we were negotiating, and we were like, "Oh, okay, we're okay with this. Yeah, we are offering this." And at the end of the day, we came to, an agreement of what she wanted. And can you believe that this candidate actually
Mm.
resumed to come and decline our offer? It was so sad because like you wasted
Resume to
our
decline.
time. Resume to decline.
Oh, some people
And I'm
can be
like,
funny. You resume to decline.
oh,
Wow.
resume to that was even more painful because if she had replied the mail and say, "Oh, excuse me, I cannot resume
I
that
feel like
for
some
this
candidates
reason or for that
really
reason."
just think that, yeah, I feel like some candidates just really think that they can negotiate at any point. I like that. I like that confidence level. But
Yes,
one thing I want candidates to understand is there's always a budget for the role, right?
yes,
Especially
yes,
when you know the budget for the role. If you know that your own expectation is far above the budget, you must be able to how do I put it now? Fight for it in quotes.
hmm,
It means that you must be so valuable that the
yes,
management will say, okay, let us offer this person this. But if you
yes,
cannot fight for it, if you cannot like position your value to the recruiters, to the hiring managers, and you are negotiating something that is far above far above the
yes.
budget for the
For
role.
about the
And don't
budget,
just feel
yes.
like at any point, yeah, and don't just feel like at any point you can just jump in and negotiate. For example, maybe they already sent you offer letter, you want to jump in and say, I want to renegotiate. You are not the only
Hmm.
candidate, though.
You are,
You are not the
yes, you are
only
not.
candidate.
You
Don't just
actually have a
yeah. So after offer,
yes.
you want to just yes, after offer, you want to just jump in and say, they already sent you offer. Let me see if I can renegotiate. It's like
Mm-hmm.
your chances are very slim. Or you think you want to resume and come and renegotiate. Imagine
No, that is
resuming and now going
impossible.
to the HR's
Resuming and
office.
negotiating.
Uh,
Yes.
going to the HR's office to say, oh, I want to negotiate my salary. You already signed that contract. So
Yes.
Please, negotiation should be, it should be balanced. All right, let's go to the next question. Um, a candidate wants to know, at what point do you think negotiation sounds confident? And at what point do you now see it as a red flag as a recruiter? At what point do you think that a candidate's negotiation skills, like, I know you've experienced such candidates before, the way they negotiate, you'll be like,
Yes.
in
These
the
people, this
back of
person
your
knows his
mind.
words.
Yes, in the
Mm.
back of the mind, you'll be doing like this. Like,
Let's
good. Oh,
let's
yeah,
let's pay her that
I like
money.
that spirit. I like that kind of thing. But at what
Yes.
point do you now think that this will now be like, you're doing too much, or this is like a red flag, or you're doing too much? Why do you want to overdo? At what point? How can candidates actually differentiate?
Okay. Mm. I think okay, so first is first. That's why during interview we usually would ask people what's their salary expectation.
Yeah.
I think that is where candidates can now, you know,
Yes, can now do the negotiation
put
thing.
out
Yeah.
a good hand and say, this is what I'm earning, this is what I'm willing to, you know, earn. These are the
Yeah.
perks that I have currently where I work, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. I have a designated company car and a driver, things like that. And then when you're telling us your
Mm-hmm.
interview, we're like, okay, okay, this is this, you know, this
This
person is
fits,
it.
yeah.
This is,
Yeah.
so your worth, you're already telling us what your worth is during that interview. So when we are even sending you an offer, we know that, we cannot send any offer to this person. No, this person has this, and okay, so for this one, we won't even have to waste each other's time when you're telling us what your worth. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
At least we know that we might not be able to, this is out of our budget. And at the end
Yeah.
of the day, can just send the candidate feedback, say, oh, oh, it doesn't align with us this time around, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I think during the interview stage is also, very good.
Yeah.
But this also has its bad side, in the sense that some people can come and overshoot themselves during the interview. They
Overshoot,
lie.
yeah.
Yes, they lie. Some candidates will come and lie about what they're earning, and we know it's not true because there's something they call salary benchmarking. We know
Mm-hmm.
what the salary is in a particular industry. At each industry, we know
Yes.
what the benchmark is. You know that,
Benchmark
okay.
is, yeah.
So when you come here and then you lie, we look at you like,
Especially for your
okay,
level.
yeah, especially for level, because we
Especially
know what
for,
it is for each
yeah.
grade, each
For
level.
each grade,
Is it the
yes,
mid
each
level?
level, yeah.
Is it the senior level or just entry level? Even internship, we know, what people are earning out there. And then when you come and you are
Not
asking,
gonna
okay,
overshoot for your level. Like a
overshoot, and then we
mid-level
know that
person saying maybe
we
three
will have
years
to
of
question.
experience, saying
Mm-hmm.
1.5 M.
Yes. Yeah, we'll question your integrity at that point. We'll be like,
Of
okay,
course.
okay, I think this person is a liar, liar, pants on fire. So all these things, you do know that it's not even only your skills you look out for. It's like you look out for your soft skills. You look out for, your kind of person. Your character too is also important. So when you come to the interviews and start lying about, what you earn, it's also not a good one. You
Yeah,
understand? So
it's not.
that one is also a red flag. That's the
Yeah.
red flag. That's where you're like, okay, this person is
Yeah.
overshooting or you're overstepping or something. And then maybe during the offer stage, another red flag is when, like we mentioned before, when you've agreed, when you be like, okay, this is what this is what we are offering, or when you've told us what you want, and then we are
What
giving it
you
to you, and
just your
then you are
expectation,
playing
yeah.
us. You're going back and forth, maybe you're
Then
not
you now
replying
feel like
your.
you
Mm-hmm.
want to slide
Or maybe
slide.
yeah, yes, renegotiate, or maybe not reply your mail on time, or maybe not, you know,
Yeah.
it becomes a red flag. Okay, so why is she not replying her mail on time? What if she accepts and then doesn't resume?
At
You're
that point
making
you
us
can
have.
just let you go, to be honest.
Yes, at that point we start looking out for someone else immediately. Oh,
Yeah.
we need, of course,
I
we
just
also
let
we
you
have people shortlisted, not just you. So at that point, we're like, okay, we have people who have been shortlisted. Oh, let us start considering these people, just in case this person is, since
go. Yeah.
this person is not being
Yeah.
straightforward and all of that. So I think that's that for me.
Yeah. So for me, I would say that I think when it comes to negotiation skills, For me to know that you are confident when it comes to it. Samuel just typed a question. Samuel, I'll be back to your question. When it comes to negotiation skills, and for me to see that a candidate sounds really confident or is confident when it comes to negotiation is from the beginning of the interview, when they're already saying, can you tell us about yourself? Can you introduce yourself? Why should we hire you? What makes you unique? What do you want to bring to the table? All of those things. If you're able to, like,
Yes.
you know, your value, position your value very from the beginning of the interview. You start tabling your value, the things you have done, things you have achieved, the things you have done, how you can work with us, right? What
Yes.
is your unique selling point? If from the beginning you start to sell yourself from the beginning, you can agree with
Yes.
me, Tona, that negotiation will not be
Yes.
an
I.
issue.
It will never be an issue.
Yes,
So
at
that's
some
why
point when
if
they
you,
now ask you, yes, when they now ask you that
yes,
what's your
what's
expectation
the
and all
salary
of
expectation?
that,
Yes.
you now start negotiating. It will not be an issue. Why? Because you already tabled all of those things. In our minds
Mm-hmm.
at that point, we're already thinking
Like,
of what you can do for us.
yes, exactly.
Immediately
And
you are
that
saying,
that
yeah, you're saying it, our mind is already connecting dots that, oh, imagine this, if this person is in the team, this person would actually do this, he will do this, he will do this. Exactly how
even
you're putting
even
it.
during the interview, we already know. When I interview someone like that who's very good at their job, we already know that, oh my god,
Oh
this
my
person
god,
will have
this
to.
person.
We are going to. This person's salary is going to be.
Exactly,
This person's salary
yes,
expectation is
yes,
going to be high. We already know what your worth is when you're speaking.
that's
So.
true. That's true. Immediately you are speaking, the way you are speaking, say we already know your words. We already. I know that sometimes in our hearts we are just scared that, hey, say this person will accept our salary like
Yes,
like
will this person accept our offer like this? You
that kind
know.
of thing. We'll be like, okay, is this salary enough for this person? Like this. I think I've had that conversation with, I don't know if it was you or was it a colleague of mine that actually had that conversation with. We're talking about one candidate that had like 20 years of experience. And you know that this candidate, from the beginning of the application, he has already started, like, even on his CV, the way he positioned his CV, all the money that he has saved for the company, like 2 billion plus, I be 20 billion. He actually stated it there and all of that. And
Wow.
even from phone interview, he explained, he did all of it. From there, I was already scared that, hey,
We cannot
how
afford
much
this
will you
candidate
collect?
to.
How much will you collect? That kind of thing.
Yes.
So I believe that negotiation should come even from the beginning. If you know
Yes.
your value as a candidate, you
Yes.
know that
Yes.
you can do wonders in this organization.
Yes.
Let it start coming from the beginning, like the way you position your value. Negotiation will be
Yes.
easy for you. It will be easier for you when they now ask you, what's your expectation? It will be easier for you to negotiate. Why? Because you've positioned yourself. But imagine
Yes.
if you've not positioned yourself, or you are just doing like this, and we can't really understand what you can do for us. Then you now come and say, um, maybe our budget is 400. You now come and say you want to collect 1.5 million.
We'll
I'll
look at
first
you
laugh
like,
in the interview.
okay. Yeah.
I'll
After
laugh
the
in the interview.
interview,
I
you're
say,
definitely getting a
are you
feedback
sure?
saying, thank you, we'll keep you in view for next time.
That kind of thing.
Yeah,
Mm,
but
we'll keep you in view. All right, let's go to
mm-hmm.
Samuel's question. Samuel says, so how and when is the right time to negotiate properly such that it doesn't affect our jobs?
I think
Most
that's what you just
employers dredge
answered,
that conversation. Affect a
and it
lot.
affects a
Okay,
lot.
I think that's
Mm.
we just answered it now. When is the right time to negotiate properly? Start
Selling
positioning
yourself
yourself, your
immediately.
value. Start
Sell your
selling
value.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your unique selling point. Start
Exactly.
selling it from the beginning. So negotiation will not be an issue by the time they now ask you what's your salary expectation. And it is during the
Expectation.
interview. Yeah, it is during the interview when you are asked what's your salary expectation. That's when the negotiation can come in.
Yeah, that's why you now
I
give
think,
give
yeah,
what you think you're worth. You know,
yeah, I
I
think
think a
it's
lot of
best that way
candidates,
when you're asked what's your expectation. Yeah.
some candidates are actually good, but they do not know how to, sell themselves, and they don't exactly know their value.
Yeah.
We've seen recruiters talk about how candidates, you know, their expectations is usually below what the company is, willing to offer. We've seen recruiters.
Mm,
I have seen that, when a candidate was okay with the salary that was actually below what we're willing to offer. And I was like, oh wow. You understand? Everyone needs
yes,
to
I
know
think
their
I've
value
seen
when it
it too.
comes to, job seeking,
Yeah,
and when it comes to what you can do, when it comes to your
yeah.
skill. Then I also
I
think
think
we
I've
should talk about
experienced it.
people. Yeah. I think we should talk about people that oversell themselves. Like, just come and lie. We cannot.
And do you know that, Tona, let's be serious. Let's be really, really serious. If somebody oversells themselves, I think you would know. You will just have that recruiter intuition that this person is just capping. This person is bluffing.
Yes.
I don't know
There
if
are
you
people that are
usually
very
sense
good
that.
at it. There are people that are very good at it. But as a recruiter, I think there's
Ah,
something
me,
that
I
I've
will
learned to
know.
tap. There's something that I've learned to tap into my recruiter is that there's usually very there's a hesitation inside of me. And when I ignore it, I'll start seeing it manifest.
Mm,
Because I've experienced a candidate who really sold himself so much, love
yeah.
wonderful, candidates and everything, lovely interview and everything. Salary offer was great. Like this person is good, blah blah blah. I was like, oh, nice. And when the person eventually,
And you
came
start the
into the
job
system, I was saying something else.
having
And then
issues with
I
you.
remembered. I remember that there's this because there was a comment he
Mm,
made during the interview
that you
that
ignored.
made me have that tiny reservation inside of me. But I was quick to ignore that reservation, like, oh,
You
this guy is
ignored
such a
it.
great
Yeah.
guy. And the hiring manager loved him, and all of that. I'm like,
And I think that's another
okay,
thing that usually how do I put it? Make us not focus on what we that instinct that we have when we see that
yeah,
hiring managers like that candidate. When the hiring manager
yes,
says, "Oh, this is it makes us just lose focus from that recruiter instinct that we usually have, that reservation we usually have, and we'll be like, oh, since the hiring
yes,
manager likes this person, or the hiring manager thinks this person is a good fit, then let's just flow
hmm
with it. When
I
that
think
happens at the end
that,
of the day, you can't do the
yes,
job.
that experience, I learned from it. So I always say my mind in front of the hiring managers. I always say,
Yeah.
oh, this is my reservation about this. Because that particular one, I
Mm-hmm.
wish I spoke up. I said,
Spoke up.
this is
Yeah.
weird. It kind of, but the hiring manager didn't pick up that, and I picked it up. So I've learned to, so a lot of people can negotiate. I say, oh, 1.3 zillion salary, and then when they come in, they can't even do shit.
And
Lots of people
the
are
truth
all
is,
talk, 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 no action. It's so
yeah,
plenty nowadays. You see
the
people
truth is,
postulating on
as a
social media.
candidate, I feel like if you oversell yourself, it will catch up with you sooner or later. It will definitely catch up with you. If you feel like you can oversell yourself and you get the job, when you do the job, oh yeah, how well can you do the job? How competent are you? Do
Are
you
you?
understand?
Yes, of course. We review
Yeah.
your performance is going to be
Of
reviewed now.
course, it will still catch up with you one day. Your performance will show us if you are competent or not. And at the end of the
Yes,
day, if you see that you can't do the job, that's why you see people getting warning letters, you see people getting terminated. Why? Because they cannot make up to the
yes.
expectation. There's
Some
an
people be
expectation.
advised to
Yeah.
resign, because they're not meeting up and all of that. I
Mm-hmm.
think Samuel Sunday is asking a question, Jane.
Okay, hi Samuel. So Samuel said, is it okay to ask for a pay rise when organizations add to your job and your JD? How do you quantify how much you should ask for? Let me give that to Tona. Tona, what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, if an organization is added to your job and your JD,
Mm,
that's an automatic. promotion, right? Is that
Uh-huh.
am I?
Of course.
Of course, if they are promoting you, you have to ask: Is this
Ah,
promotion coming with
ah,
pay
so
a pay
is
rise?
it coming with pay? Ah,
You have to ask. You
you
have to
have to
ask for an
ask for it.
organization to add to your job and to your JD. It means they know that you can bring in more value. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they know that you are skilled in what you do. So you have to actually ask that question. Do not be afraid to ask it. I know yes, some of us are afraid to be like, oh, is this coming with a pay rise? Is this? But when an organization is added to your JD
You have
and
to
your job
ask.
description, and they are not and they're not increasing your
And funny,
salary, then
they
maybe you're
won't
not
say
meant to be in
anything.
that organization.
Have you noticed that people now?
They'll
They won't say
passively just
anything.
give it to you. It's yes, it's a passive thing. Like passively just saying, can you do this? Can you do that?
Can
You
you do
understand me?
this?
And you're working like an elephant and eating like
Mm,
an ant. So I think you should ask. Jane, don't you think so? Too?
I think so, to be honest. That's why I'm saying that to an extent they will not say anything. They will just give you they'll just like, can you do this for us as well? Can you add this to your, can you be the team lead to this one? Can you be the something something to this one?
Yes, I think that team lead thing is where it
Yeah,
comes in.
that's how
Acting
the
team
whole
lead, acting head,
the whole thing will not
and before
start
you
compounding. And they will not
yes,
say
and
anything
then
about pay, about anything.
mm-hmm,
Ah,
mm-hmm.
Shebi is our employers. We know them. They will not, because they don't want to
Yes,
pay you more.
it's
In
very rampant in the workspace in the
the
company. It is
workplace, it's very,
extremely
very rampant. They
rampant.
don't want to pay you
Yeah, so
more.
I think if you have the confidence to, ask this question, I
You
think you
should
should
ask.
ask. Or
Understand
maybe if they give
them.
you that capacity, you can act on it maybe for like a month and show that you are
To
able
show
to,
that you are
hold
capable.
this.
Yeah.
Yes. By the time you're showing them that you are able to hold on this, then you start asking for negotiation. Now they might not be able to do without you at that
Asking.
point because
Yeah.
you've
Sure,
shown
sure.
capacity and you'll be like, I
I think
need
that
this,
approach is
or
good.
and then you can start you know what start interviewing out there,
Yeah.
and then bring the offer
Yeah.
letters you're getting and be like, excuse me.
Yes, now because
I'm
even,
leaving.
yes, because even if they are going to hire someone, do you know that if we are going to hire someone from outside, we are definitely going to pay the person more than
Yes,
we
more
are
than what
paying. Of
it is
course.
a
So
given,
that's how it
it's a
happens.
given.
That's
It
how it happens. So please, you have to, that audacity needs to be there. Show them how much
yes,
you are capable of doing the job. But then you have to go out there and ask. Ask them, yes, I need a raise for this, because
yes.
I'm beginning to do this and this and this. And let them see that yes, you are beginning to do it. So somebody says, how do you quantify how much you should ask for? That's on you, oh, to be
Yes, go
honest.
out there and know
Yeah.
what the capacity they are giving you, at
Hmm.
the you know capacity they're asking you to take on.
Yeah.
You need to go out there and know what people who are in that
I
position
know
are
what
earning.
people
Or
and
who was there before, the previous person, maybe the lead resigned. What's that
yeah,
person earning? That's what you should earn also if
yeah,
you're earning, less
yeah,
than.
I agree with
So
that.
I think that's what.
I agree with that. I agree. Thank you very much, Tuna. So the next question, another candidate dropped to me. Ah, this one. The person says, what's the biggest salary negotiation a candidate, the biggest salary negotiation mistake a candidate can make? The biggest
Hmm.
salary negotiation mistake a candidate can make. Okay, from me, I would say that the biggest salary negotiation you can make is number one, not okay. Now, let me put it this way. First off, if you go through a JD and you see the budget for the role on that JD, first
Hmm.
of all, calculate yourself. Yes, first of all, calculate yourself with this budget. My transport, is it on-site or hybrid? Okay, I'm going two times
Yeah.
in a week. Okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
Ikeja. If I calculate this one times this one times this one at the end of the month, how much will it amount to? Plus my feeding, how much will it amount to? Oh, it amounts to 300 and they are paying 400. My money will remain 100K. Is 100K enough for me? Ask yourself that question. Yeah,
Yes.
ask
Yes.
yourself that question. Okay, 100K is not enough for me. Okay, that's fine. But then I have this experience, this number of experience, and I have this value. I can negotiate higher. Please feel free, because of course there's always room for negotiation. Apply for a job if you
Mm-hmm.
think you can negotiate higher for that, and you can, present your value like we mentioned. You don't just come and say, oh, I want to negotiate without substance. Let us, if we are seeing your negotiation skills from the beginning, let us see that this person is valuable. We cannot lose this person.
Yes.
I'm sure Tona has experienced
Yes.
that kind of candidate before. From the beginning, you already like, we cannot lose this person. If we lose this person,
Yes.
hey,
Ah,
let's try
you'll
not
be
to
so
lose this
sad. Like,
person.
no, we can't. Yes, exactly. I have.
Let's try not
So
to lose this
I think
person. Yeah.
another biggest salary negotiation mistake I would say
Mm,
is maybe you not being able to negotiate. You might negotiate. I won't say it's a mistake because you might not know, and that
yeah.
might be when you encounter a recruiter that's isn't nice,
Yeah.
is maybe coming into a particular a company department where you're working and you notice that people who were hired at the same time as you, maybe your colleagues, and
Yeah.
earning more than you, so they were able to negotiate more and you negotiated less. I think when you
Yes.
call me, you're going to be like
Yeah.
really really bitter, like really bitter, like I
Yeah.
cannot believe
That kind
this.
of
So this person is,
resentment inside you.
yes, so it's going to be like a very big mistake for you because oh my god, I didn't, you know sometimes it might be out of ignorance, you don't know. But
Yeah.
these recruiters, some recruiters are like that. Some recruiters, they want to help companies to save money. They'll be
Yeah,
like, oh,
they want to
yeah,
save costs.
they're
I think
overzealous
it has
recruiters.
happened
Yes,
to me before as the candidate.
yes,
I negotiated
yes.
lower. I undersold myself. If there's any word like that. The budget for
Yeah.
the role and I think one thing I have to say to recruiters out there, let us if there's a budget for the role, let us stick to it. You don't have to go
Hmm.
lower than the budget because you're trying to
Yes.
save cost.
It's
Because
not
trust me,
nice.
yeah, trust me,
I
yeah,
feel
we all
like,
know how Nigeria is, and it's crazy.
yes.
It's out there for candidates, to be honest.
Yes, this is for recruiters too because you might be like, oh, you're trying to save the company
Save
cost,
money,
but
yeah.
something you're actually costing the company. You're
Mm-hmm.
costing the company, employees are unhappy happy employees because
Happy
when this
employee,
person comes in, the person is not happy, and secondly, your recruitment costs because the person might come in not happy about what they're earning, and in
yeah,
2 months time they are resigning and then you're
yeah.
starting that recruitment all
Or the
over again,
person
so
gets
you
a
have
better
to fact.
offer there.
Yes, gets the person, and these are you're starting that recruitment over again. So
You
you
start
have
all
to
over.
factor
Yeah,
in all these things. You have to factor in all these things before you start trying to do that. You're saving. At the end of you're not even saving the company money. You're costing the company more
of
money
course.
and time. Do you understand? So
Of
as a
course.
recruiter,
Let
you
me
have
even
to.
gist you how my own happened as the candidate. The budget for the role, the budget for the role was a particular amount of money, and I came in. Maybe I didn't sell myself well. I don't know. Maybe I made that mistake. Plus, the recruiter herself, she didn't stick to the budget for the role. Immediately, I just mentioned that, like it was like 2 times lower. That amount, the budget for the role was
Hmm.
2 times lower. Immediately, I said that. She just said, "Oh, yes, we'll send you offer letter." In my
That's a
mind, I was
mean
like,
girl character. That she's
yeah.
mean. She's a meanie.
In my mind, I was like, what's going on? The way she just jumped on this, I was like, okay, no problem. And I was coming as a recruiter.
Yes.
So I
Imagine doing
immediately I
that.
got in. Yeah, immediately I got in. I saw all of the documentation, the job requisition, all of the job requisition and everything. I saw it. And I saw my role. I now
And
got to
that is
understand.
why, yeah.
I now got to understand that
Honestly,
the budget for the role was like 2 times
was
higher than
higher.
what I am earning. God.
May we not meet shallow-minded people because she didn't even consider the fact that you are coming into the system and are going to see all these things. Yes. A
Of
whole
course.
one thing some recruiters don't know is character building is important when it comes to being a recruiter.
Yeah,
You have to have
very
a strong.
important.
You can't do things like this, for someone who's actually coming into the company who would eventually see, you
Eventually find
know,
out. Imagine.
find out, and then What are you doing? You're bringing you're already recruiting someone that's a grumpy
Of course,
employee is already
employee.
coming to work with you. But it's on you as a recruiter to not do
Let
things
me
like that.
bust your brain, Tona. Do you know that at some point, okay, I had that bitterness in me, but then I was like, okay, it's my loss, right? But then at some
Mm.
point, it now got to a point we now started having like more roles. So we needed to hire another recruiter. Somebody
Mm.
negotiated 5 times higher than the budget. And we
And you're
agreed.
there looking, and you are there looking. I mean, if I
And
were
the
you, then
the
I would
MD,
absolutely ask for a renegotiation
the
and bring
MD,
bring
the MD
justification.
agreed. The MD agreed to that salary, 5 times higher than the budget for the role. The
Ah,
MD agreed
man,
to the salary.
no,
And I got to
no.
know that the person's experience and my own, like they were I was
This
we're even asking some questions that the person was not really hitting the nail on the head, but
on the head, yeah,
because we
wasn't going in
needed
depth.
someone and we needed certifications and all of that, the person had the certification and he was able to negotiate 5 times higher. And my MD said, yes, let's hire her. At that point,
Wow, can you imagine?
I
Can you
was
imagine?
celebrating. I was celebrating. I was like, Jesus, hey,
At least that taught you a lesson. That
God,
taught you a
it
lesson.
taught me a lesson. I needed to go and
I,
upgrade though. I just go and upgrade
mm-hmm.
my negotiation skills. Me and ChatGPT will now
Yes.
enter inside. Please tell me how do I,
Negotiate.
to be honest. So that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so please, recruiters, let us try as much as possible to stick to the budget for the role because
Yes.
trust me, get top talent. Top talent would run away from low budget. That's just
Yes.
truth. I know the
One
value
month,
I
2 months
have.
marks, they are
Yeah.
gone. 1 month, 2 month marks, they are gone.
Yes,
And you
now
start that process all over again.
all over
You know.
again, and it will still be on you at the end of
I
the day.
don't like seeing resignations. I would look when I see there's someone
Ah,
resigning, I see the name, I'll be like, okay. And
ah,
then it's someone I just I'm literally
oh
crying, like, oh my god, where do
oh
I
my
start
God,
from?
man. No, it's not easy. It's not easy having to hire someone. Imagine the hiring process, and after 2 months, you get to hire that same role
Yeah,
again.
that same role. And then you're putting
Oh,
out the ad on your LinkedIn or maybe on your job. People are like, okay, are you people even serious in your company?
are you
So
people
this is
even
why you should
serious?
avoid things like this as a
Yeah.
recruiter.
Yeah, very, very,
Yeah.
very important. Thank you very much, Tona. So our final question, we have just 2 minutes to the end of this. Our final question is this particular question. I had to save it for the last so that we can use it.
Okay.
The candidate says, give us insider information. That's how it
Okay.
started though. He says, give
Mm-hmm.
us insider information. How does the management feel about a candidate negotiating? I mean the
Hmm.
management now, not the recruiters.
Management, yes.
When it comes to management now, how do they feel when a candidate negotiates?
I feel like for my in the management level, when maybe a candidate's profile has gotten to management level, of course
Yeah.
you see the hiring manager's comments, they are going to
Hmm.
see everything,
Yeah.
the HR representatives comment, the comments. So for management, because when the candidates would also meet with the management, for final assessments, at least
Yeah.
management will see that this was really fitting. So it's actually um what if the management thinks you're worth it, because in the managerial level, I feel like
Mm.
for management they've seen it all. For you
Mm-hmm.
to get to that point, you've seen it all, so they already know how to assess a candidate to know that, oh, this person,
Yeah.
this candidate fits in properly. So yes, if they feel that you're worth it,
They're
then
worth it,
they're ready
yeah.
to cross. Yes, they're ready to cross the budget for you. If you feel like your value, yes, that you can bring in value, then of course management doesn't have any problem, adjusting the budgets.
Yeah.
You
To
understand?
be
So
honest,
it's only
management is
if
just
it's
wanting to
only if
adjust.
management doesn't think you are shit, because, or maybe they feel like, oh, this
Exactly.
person is not a culture fit. They'll be like, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
You understand? So
Like I used
that's
to say,
when
management do not have issues adjusting
they
the
don't.
budget rule. They don't. But once they see your value, they
Yes,
definitely
because
do
they
not have
see your
the
value,
energy.
they def
Mm-hmm.
yes. We've had a
So
situation where a candidate was like high value candidates,
yeah,
and the candidate is telling us, oh, what we are offering is not what he's earning, you know, and we had to start. It's literally we were chasing this candidate saying, "What are you earning there?
yeah.
Tell us." It's like,
Tell us. Yeah, yeah.
tell us what you are earning there now. And the candidate was going back and forth like, "Tell us now, let us know. We of course will be able to match it
Let
and
us
stuff like that."
know.
It's
Tell
like
us.
because because you have you can add the value
Oh
that you can
God.
add to the company.
Oh God. I've been
Yeah.
in
So
that
at the
situation
managerial
where,
level,
yeah, where an MD actually told me to get back to the candidates. Like, what do you, how much do you want? How much do you want? See, the role was on site at the time, but
mm,
then the MD had to say he can make it hybrid for her
yes.
because it was this tech
See,
sales. I
when you
know tech
have,
sales now, how it
yes,
can be. Yeah.
yes, I
The
do.
MD was like, I can don't worry, you don't want to come to the office every day. No problem.
See, they will
No,
create new rules for
hey,
you. They
for
will
you.
create new new constitution just for you.
You know me as the recruiter, I'll be like,
I see
ah,
there. This is too
are
much.
you
Oh.
people? Why? Because of the
I've had
value.
a situation where a candidate was asking for a particular thing that on a normal day we
Mm,
don't usually, offer to,
exactly.
if it's just managers we can even give those perks to. And then
Exactly.
and management is like, we can give it to her.
You
Let
give it
him or
to
her
me.
come in. Just have value. Know what you're
Just
doing. Be good
value.
at what
Yeah.
you're doing. And I promise you, the MD will DM you on LinkedIn asking
Yeah.
you to come back.
Sure. Sure. That's
To
very
come
true.
again. Because of course everybody wants people of high value to their company. If you can
Mm-hmm.
add
High
value,
value.
bring in growth, if you can bring in money, bring in,
Yeah.
everybody wants that for
Business
themselves.
growth, impact, and all of that. Yes. Let us see.
Yes.
Let us see how far you
Mm-hmm.
can go. Let us see how competent you are. Yes.
Mind you, with all these perks that you're asking for that you're given, much is expected from you. Yes,
See,
much
I
is
was about to
expected
say
from you.
that. If you enter that company, hey, much is
Much is
expected from
expected from
you.
you. Like you, you should be on
Hey,
your 10 toes. Like,
hey,
and
if yes, your fingers
mhm.
must join your temples.
Yes. So,
Exactly, much is expected from you. Okay, so I think our time just we just it's 10:50. Thank you so much, Tona. This was a very interesting topic, and I
thank
know that
you.
in fact I still have questions, but we are going to push it to next topic. So next week we'll be having definitely another different topic entirely, and
Yeah.
which will be definitely be communicated to us. So you can reach out to us, reach out to Tona, reach out to me if you have other questions that you need to ask, or you want us to talk about something next week or the week after. Just let us know. Reach out to us.
Yes. And we'll
Yes,
talk about
we'll,
it. Reach
we'll
out to me on
confess.
LinkedIn. Tonawo Obodo is my name on LinkedIn.
We'll confess it, no worry. So thank you so much,
Yes. So
Samuel, for joining us. Thank you, everyone, if you'll be listening to this later after this live. Thank you so much, Tona, for joining me today.
thank you, Jane,
You
for having me another
can go
Saturday.
back. You can go back to. You can
To
go
our
back to the bed
Saturday
area.
chores. And
Yeah. All right.
all
Thank
right,
you.
everybody.
Enjoy the rest of the
Bye.
day, everyone. Bye,
And you
Tona.
too.